Live from Connecticut's newsroom, Fox 61 and The Current bringing you more local coverage. Now, the news at 10.
Exclusive detail tonight into Connecticut's newsroom on possible warning signs in the moments leading up to the clean energy power plant explosion in Middletown.
Those details come from survivors and others who spoke to The Current's Dave Altamari, Ed Mahoney, and Josh Kovner. Fox 61's Narmeen Chaudhry is live in Middletown with these exclusive developments. Narmeen.
Erica and Brent, they are incredible details. Investigators describe what the purging actually released, what they describe to be giant swimming pools of natural gas. Also, how people inside the plant that day became nervous when they smelled what they believed to be dangerously high levels of gas. Just minutes, even possibly seconds before the deadly blast at Clean Energy, a radio message from a worker on site warned of high levels of gas at the plant.
The call was made too late. The blast happened before anybody could get out, apparently.
5 were killed in the explosion, felt for miles. Many more were injured. Investigators and survivors revealed new information today to The Current, indicating that even veteran workers at the plant sensed something wrong on February 7th during the purging of the plant's gas line.
They basically dumped a large amount of natural gas right into this area between the two towers and basically created what one investigator said was a large swimming pool of natural gas.
During the process, several people complained of the overwhelming smell of gas in the area. Some even became dizzy. But according to a survivor and investigator, those monitoring the gas meters, Keystone Construction employees, said levels were safe.
Several people did leave the building and go into the trailers, construction trailers that were on the side, and that probably saved their lives.
From the blast site, investigators did manage to collect at least one gas meter, which holds a memory chip that they hope will give them a clearer picture on what levels looked like that day. Meanwhile, The Current contacted both Clean Energy and Keystone regarding these new developments, but neither would comment.
There's going to be a lot of people who are, that are trying to blame each other, frankly, about what happened. All these companies are saying it's not really their responsibility.
So investigators now know where the heaviest concentration of gas was and where the explosion actually occurred. But as to what ignited the blast, that they're still looking into. And as far as what we've been hearing about criminal negligence charges, whether they will be filed or not, that determination is still weeks away. Reporting live from Middletown, I'm Narmeen Chaudhry with Fox 61 News.
A funeral today for one of the 5 victims in that Middletown explosion. Roy Rushton, who lived in Ontario, Canada, was a subcontractor who frequently traveled for work. The 36-year-old was a supervisor working on turbine insulation at the time of the explosion. Rushton leaves behind his wife, Patricia, and 4-year-old daughter, Claire. Tomorrow, Senator Lieberman will tour the site of the clean energy plant in Middletown. His visit comes just days after Senator Chris Dodd did the same thing. Part of the visit will include a briefing on the latest on the investigation. You can read the full exclusive story on what happened moments before the blast in tomorrow's Current. We'll also be tracking Joe Lieberman's site visit, plus any new developments in the investigation into the power plant explosion, so stay with us.
From our news hub now, tracking Tiger Woods' plans to end his silence. After nearly 3 months of seclusion, the golfer will speak publicly for the first time Friday about the scandal that sidelined his golf game and may end his marriage. And new tonight, the first images of Woods in Florida in quite a while. People magazine sharing pictures of Woods jogging near his Orlando home. The new photo was taken today. It appears Woods is training to get back into golf shape. We'll find out for sure Friday when Woods plans to speak about the scandal for the first time. Tiger won't take any questions, but in a statement says he recognizes that he let his fans down and wants to begin the process to make amends. We chatted with some fans today, and they appear willing to forgive.
I don't know what I want him to say. I really don't think it's any of our business what he did. He made a mistake. I'm pretty sure he's going to admit that he made a mistake, and he's trying to right his wrong. But, I really do think that a lot of people will just forgive him and go and move forward.
People make mistakes, Everyone made a mistake. He's not perfect. He made a mistake. Hopefully, if she could deal with it and she could forgive him, more power to her.
And the comments are also pouring in online, including this one that says, hopefully this press conference will satisfy the press and all the people who have been needlessly freaking out over this whole thing. It's a private matter between he and his wife, period. I'm also hoping this is the first step to seeing Tiger back on the golf course. Of course, well, we also want to hear what you think about Tiger finally breaking his silence. If you want to weigh in, drop us a line. Email us at newsteam@ctnow.com, and we will share some of your comments tonight at 11.
I don't like hurting people's feelings. I don't like saying anything negative to critique anybody. I thought you did great.
Thank you.
So you're going through.
Congratulations, Katie.
Congratulations. She's looking to be the next American Idol, but there's no doubt Katie Stevens is already Connecticut's idol. Just moments ago, we found out the 17-year-old Middlebury native has made it into the top 24, and that means next week she'll be part of the live singing round and looking for votes here at home and across the country. Fox 61's Lori Perez joins us live in Middlebury, where tonight local fans gathered at the fire station to watch. Lori.
Well, Brent, if they could start voting here in Middlebury tonight, believe me, they would. Lots of excitement here in this small town. They have been in confident suspense, but suspense nonetheless, until they heard the good news tonight. Here's the reaction. This was a small but a vocal crowd cheering on Katie Stevens. Just a sampling of the hometown support she has. Everyone here is talking about her. Even when we stopped at the Dunkin' Donuts on the way here, even the customer behind us and the girl serving us, they were all talking about her. Stevens is a senior at the local high school. She's well known for her roles in local plays, and locals say if they love her, so will the rest of America.
Oh, she had a beautiful voice in elementary school. She was amazing. I used to tell her I was always her #1 fan and that she had to remember me when she was famous.
It's really nice to have something we can all join together and, you know, take to boost her along. I think it's a great thing. We're happy for her, and we hope she goes as far as she can.
I think she's very good. Yeah. I've seen her at a talent show at Pomperog. She's also good, but yes, she could win.
Her voice is like brilliant. I love her voice, and I love her, and she's so cute, but I don't know, I just love her.
Big time excitement in this small town. They're already planning next week's party. I hear it's going to be Tuesday, same time, same place. For now, we are live in Middlebury. I'm Lori Perez, Fox 61 News.
Thank you, Lori. Now, the Current's Roger Catlin is keeping close tabs on Idol. You can get his take on tonight's show and the top 24 by checking out his blog on current.com. And coming up tonight at 10:30, we'll check in with last year's Idol winner, Chris Allen. The singing star is headed to Haiti for a very special mission. How he'll help in the wake of the quake, and we'll get his take on this year's Idol contestants a little later on.
Tuition costs are likely to go up again at UConn. The Board of Trustees meets tomorrow, and they're expected to approve another big increase. For some students, it's just too much to take. Fox 61's Rebecca Stewart reports on how they're bringing their battle to the Capitol.
What do we want? When do we want it?
When Tom Haggerty graduates from the University of Connecticut, he'll owe about $25,000. Far less than many of his classmates, but a number that is likely to rise right along with the cost of tuition.
We need the state to realize that higher education needs to be a priority again.
Tom's a junior and president of the student government. Being an activist is what sent him, along with dozens of others, to the steps of the Capitol. They are here to urge the state to spend more on education, to make up a growing gap so students could spend less. The Board of Trustees is voting Thursday on a 6.3% tuition increase. That translates for most students like Tom to about $1,000 more each year, just in tuition, double that for out-of-state students.
Every dollar that the state invests in the University of Connecticut has a $5.05 return for the state of Connecticut. That's a 505% return on their investment. Like, now is the time to invest in the University of Connecticut if we have any chance of getting out of this deficit, or want to, for that matter.
But the state's in the midst of financial crisis, with a deficit at $500 million.
We want to be one of the top 10 schools in the nation. How are we going to do that when we are being forced to take away from the students?
It's under understandable and admirable that UConn students are speaking out, says UConn spokesman Michael Kirk in a statement to Fox 61. He points out funding challenges are affecting public universities throughout the nation. Now, in the region, UConn places right in the middle of affordability. In-state tuition at Penn State, University of Vermont, New Hampshire, all thousands more than UConn at around $10,400. But affordable is relative, say students like Tom, who worry even the bargain schools will soon be out of reach. Rebecca Stewart, Fox 61 News.
The governor's office issued a statement responding to the criticism tonight, telling us state spending on UConn has increased by $35 million over the last 5 years. The only year in which Governor Rao proposes flat funding for this system is fiscal 2011.
New information tonight on a Naugatuck police officer facing allegations of extortion. Investigators say 40-year-old David Riley has resigned. He was accused of using the internet to blackmail a Wallingford woman out of more than $60,000. He did it to pay off a six-figure gambling debt, according to investigators. Riley was arrested in December. The 14-year veteran faces up to 20 years in prison if convicted. The man suspected of killing a Wallingford woman more than 20 years ago is now in Connecticut to face those charges. Wallingford police say Kevin Benefield was extradited to Wallingford today following a hearing in New York. Benefield is charged with the rape and murder of Barbara Pelkey back in 1986. Benefield is being held on a $1 million bond and is due back in court tomorrow morning.
New tonight, another twist in the saga involving Milford's school superintendent. Just hours ago, Milford's school board voted unanimously to start termination proceedings against Harvey Polanski. Today's vote was necessary after the board voided a similar vote this weekend. Polanski is accused of sexually abusing two principals. The board says he ignored Friday's deadline to sign an agreement to step down. Polanski, meantime, has threatened to sue the board for harassment.
All right, a lot of clouds around today, but it wasn't all that cold. So we got a little bit of melting on the roads. Some began to dry off a little bit, and that's good news.
So not so bad, and it looks like not so bad for the rest of the week. No major storms, but find out for sure. We're going to check in with our chief meteorologist, Garrett Argianes. Garrett.
All right, guys, I spent some time in upstate New York. I went to school up there and worked up there, and I have some friends that are out around Rochester. Let me tell you what, today was a day right out of the winter time in upstate New York. Plenty of clouds around, a few snowflakes in the air, although they were more for wintry effect more than anything else, certainly not accumulating like we had here during the day yesterday. The Doppler radar is pretty quiet tonight. Still a few very light scattered flurries about the area, and we've even had a couple of little bands of snow showers come through over the past couple of hours. So you might still see a spotty flurry or snow shower overnight, but nothing of any major significance. Temperatures now about 27 to 32 degrees across Connecticut, so most spots are at or below the freezing mark. And as we mentioned, there was some melting that went on during the day today, so again, we'll have to watch for those areas to ice up overnight. Basically, the sidewalks and the driveways that didn't dry off today might be a bit slick first thing in the morning. Otherwise, a seasonably cool and brisk start. Temperatures tomorrow morning in the 20s and 30s to kick off your Thursday. And if you like to see some sunshine, we have some of that for you. Stick around for my Fox Connecticut forecast.
Thank you, Garrett. Well, Chicago is generally referred to as the Windy City, but a New Haven business owner thinks he has a perfect location for a wind turbine at the base of the old Quinnipiac River Bridge. Installers put the finishing touches on this 125-foot wind turbine at the Phoenix Press on James Street today. Owner Brian Driscoll says he wanted to add some kind of renewable energy, and after visiting a number of wind turbine sites around New England, decided wind power was the right choice.
We expect to reduce our electric bill by hopefully as much as a third, and reduce our carbon footprint while we're helping our clients reduce their carbon footprint.
And Driscoll says he hopes when people see the huge tower, they'll understand that renewable energy works.
Last month, their son was tragically killed on a school bus. Today, we'll tell you about their emotional plea here at the state capitol.
Another bump in the road for Toyota. Why drivers are complaining about the Corolla. Healthy eating sabotaged by snacking. Bags of chips, pints of ice cream, boxes of cookies. We'll show you how to break those bad habits and snack smart. Sarah Palin versus Family Guy. Why a recent episode really got her fired up.
Fox Connecticut News helps you to live smart.
From shopping to getting gas and catching a movie, we're talking about the best times to do just about anything. When you can save minutes, money, and more.
Live smart. Check it out tomorrow at 5:15 and 6:45 on Fox Connecticut Morning News.
I live alone, so I worry. If I
have an emergency outside my home, how do I call for help?
Get it free at safelink.com or 1-800-SAFELINK.
Presenting SafeLink, a free government-supported cell phone with free monthly minutes and a free voicemail account. If you could use a little help in this time of need, you may qualify. Hurry to receive your free phone quickly.
I can now call my family anytime, anywhere.
Spread the word to family and friends and apply today at safelink.com or at 1-800-SAFELINK.
Don't miss out on this sweet ride. You want to talk price? What do I have to do to put you in this car today?
Oh, thanks.
Hey, now, kids.
Hey, what's up with Dr. Howard?
Selling a car yourself can make you go crazy.
Say.
That is not smart. What is smart is selling your car to CarMax. Bring us your car, we'll buy it today. No hassles, no haggling. Now more than ever, the smart choice is CarMax. The way car buying should be.
Dunkin' Donuts. America runs on Dunkin'.
Their world changed forever on January 9th when their son died in a school bus accident on I-84.
And as Fox 61 political reporter Shelley Sinland tells us, the parents of Vikash Parikh made a plea to state lawmakers to make sure it never happens again.
An emotional plea straight from the heart.
We fully believe that our son would be with us today had there had been seat belts supporting him.
The heartbroken parents of Vikash Parikh, alongside some of his heartbroken friends who survived that fatal school bus crash, urged lawmakers to do the right thing, pass a law requiring seat belts on school buses.
Being on the bus that day, I saw my friend. I saw him fly over the seat. I saw him hit his head on the window. I saw him in his last moments when he was just lying there in his own pool of blood.
During the first public hearing today, the bill's author, State Representative Tony Guerrero, says the cost of outfitting school buses with seatbelts would range from $15,000 to $35,000 per bus. He says while some worry about the cost and who should pick up the tab, Guerrero says it's a small price to pay.
I do not want to see another death on a school bus.
However, opponents insist that their stance has nothing to do with the almighty dollar. In fact, they believe that putting seatbelts on school buses will only lead to other problems.
Our concern is safety.
William Moore, who represents the school bus industry, says drivers leaving their seats in order to check seatbelts would be required under state regulations to turn the engine off.
So the driver has to take the key out of the ignition, which turns off the lights on the outside of the bus.
But Samir Lowell believes there has to be another way because right now he thinks twice before getting on a school bus.
We go on the bus each day, and at this point, I don't know. Will I make it home safe? Will I not?
In Hartford, Shelley Sinland, Fox 61 News.
State Police Lieutenant Paul Vance says the cause of the school bus crash is still under investigation but is nearing an end. Nationwide, it's estimated 8 children die every year in school bus accidents.
Hartford police made a gruesome discovery today. Police say a body was found early this morning inside a burning car parked at the intersection of Cornwall and Pembroke Streets. Police first got the call around 1 a.m. when neighbors reported hearing gunshots. According to investigators, the victim was so badly burned, police don't know yet if it is a man or a woman. Police say the car had New Jersey plates. Police are asking anyone with information to give them a call. The Stanford police officer forced to shoot and kill an out-of-control chimpanzee was denied workers' compensation. Officer Frank Chiafari shot Travis the chimp after he mauled Charla Nash. According to the department, Chiafari filed a claim saying he suffered post-traumatic stress but was denied because the law does not apply to police shootings involving animals. State Senator Andrew McDonald introduced legislation to change the law to include animals. Officer Chiafari is back on the job. Charla Nash remains in a Cleveland hospital.
Westbrook police are looking for your help finding the guy who accused of sexually assaulting a woman early this morning there. Police say 44-year-old Kevin Larkin of Westport is wanted for an incident that happened at 28 Stony Brook Road. They're also looking for a second person suspected in that attack. Investigators say both suspects left the Black Duck Cafe with the victim early this morning. If you recognize him and have any information, call the Westport Police. Actor Rip Torn will have to wait a little longer for his day in court. Today, a judge postponed his plea hearing. The 78-year-old Salisbury resident faces burglary and gun charges after police say he was found drunk inside a bank with a loaded revolver. Torn's attorney tells TMZ the actor doesn't remember what happened that night and says he simply confused the bank for his own home. Torn is due back in court March 9th.
Now at 10, what can only be called a horrific case of domestic violence. New Jersey State Police say 21-year-old Shamsidi Abdul Rahim threw his 3-month-old daughter off the Driscoll Bridge. Rahim first forced his way into the grandmother's home this afternoon, punched and choked her, and then took the child. Even after getting beat up, Grandma threw herself in front of the car in an effort to stop him. She is okay tonight. However, the search and rescue teams have been combing the icy river for the child, but have not found her.
Police received a report that a Galloway Township man, 21-year-old Shamsidi Abdul Rahim, had allegedly thrown his infant daughter from the Driscoll Bridge.
And to make matters worse, the baby's mother, Vanetta Benjamin, was in a Newark courtroom at the time trying to get a restraining order against Rahim. The order was granted after the kidnapping. Rahim is in jail tonight, held on a $700,000 bond. New insight tonight into the deadly massacre at an Alabama university. Students of Professor Amy Bishop say they complained several times to administrators about her behavior in the classroom, including a signed petition, but they say nothing was ever done about it. Bishop is accused of killing 3 colleagues last week at the University of Alabama at Huntsville. According to students, Bishop never made eye contact and often talked about graduating from Harvard. The students say they never once thought Bishop would turn violent. 3 people were killed today when a small plane made a crash landing into the upscale Palo Alto, California neighborhood. Investigators say the plane went down after hitting a power line. Most of the damage was caused when a wing broke apart and flew into a daycare. Amazingly, no one inside or on the ground was hurt. However, all 3 people on board the plane were killed.
Up next, shoes off, palms up. The newest precaution airport screeners are taking and why.
It's the little things that make a big difference. How to save a few bucks without even realizing it.
Tonight's news is brought to you by Cox Communications, your friend in the digital age.
It's Ram's President's Celebration event. Come in now for the Ram 1500 with a refined interior and an available Hemi V8 engine producing 390 horsepower that gets you 20 highway miles per gallon. Save a stack of George Washingtons with generous cash allowances or 0% APR financing on the Ram 1500, the most awarded Ram truck ever. Hurry into Ram's President's Celebration event. Now get 0% APR financing or up to $3,000 cash allowance on Ram 1500.
Spring is in full bloom, February 18th through the 21st at the 29th Annual Connecticut Flower and Garden Show at the Connecticut Convention Center. Online at ctflowershow.com. Don't miss it.
Key Hyundai is Connecticut's Hyundai dealer.
Hyundais get the best gas mileage and come with America's best warranty.
Key will meet or beat any price on a new Hyundai.
New Hyundais start at just $139 a month.
That's at Key Hyundai of Milford or Manchester.
Answer the call for a fillet of fish. Right now, you can get 2 fillet of fish sandwiches or 2 large fries or 1 of each for just $3.33.
Get Nissan quality now. Get safety now. Get savings now. This is Nissan Now, a sales event with our best deals ever on our strongest lineup ever. 0% financing on every sedan, crossover, truck, and SUV. Plus, great lease offers like $199 on the new Altima. If that ends soon, get to Nissan now.
The Health Report is brought to you by Companions and Homemakers.
More troubles for Toyota. Tonight, there's a late word. The Transportation Department will open a formal investigation into the 2009-2010 model years of the popular Toyota Corolla. Toyota acknowledged it's looking into consumer complaints with the Corolla that involve power steering issues. Drivers have said they felt they were losing control over the car's steering, especially at highway speeds. The Corolla investigation comes as Toyota deals with multiple recalls involving more than 8 million cars. And tonight, these complaints are prompting talk of another recall.
If this will be related to a safety matter, of course we will recall. But if it is not a safety matter, we will work on it in a normal way to handle our customers' complaints and give them the advice on how to fix it.
Their approach is they want to come out ahead of the recalls to say, look, we don't really need to recall this car, not legally, but we want to make sure that everybody is feeling comfortable and at ease in our cars. That's why we're taking the extra step of doing a recall.
A Toyota spokesperson says the company will cooperate with any government investigation. The latest concerns come just days before next week's congressional hearing on Toyota's recalls and safety issues. Toyota's president will not attend those hearings. Instead, he'll send the company's U.S. head to answer questions about recent woes.
First, it was take off your shoes. Now it's palms up. Airline passengers can prepare for a new screening process. The TSA says it'll soon start randomly swabbing passengers' hands to check them for traces of explosives. The testing will happen at checkpoints and airport gates. Screeners were also swabbing some carry-on luggage. The change comes following the attempted bombing of a Northwest flight on Christmas Day.
The makers of Maalox are changing the name of one product to protect consumers from dangerous overuse. The Food and Drug Administration says Maalox Total Relief contains potent drug ingredients that can cause internal bleeding. The problem is too many consumers are mistaking it for the milder antacid Maalox. Novartis will change the name and packaging of Total Relief to eliminate the confusion.
New research shows men may benefit from the anti-cervical cancer vaccine Gardasil. Merck says recent studies show the vaccine is 89% effective in blocking genital warts, lingering HPV, and cervical cancer in young women. It was also shown to be about 75% effective in protecting men from anal cancer. Columbia University researchers say a happy heart is a healthier heart. Researchers followed 1,700 people for 10 years, measuring the amount of positive emotion they showed. It turned out those who showed no positive emotion were at a 22% higher risk of developing heart disease, and the more good feelings people expressed, the lower their risk.
Coming up, using his celebrity status for good, an American Idol uses his talent to bring some much-needed smiles to a region ripped to shreds.
Usually it's an ink first, but James Cameron doesn't always do things by the book.
And the snow from yesterday's storm is gone, but the wind is not. How long the cool breezes will last? Ahead of my Fox Connecticut forecast.
This is the Subaru Dealers of New England Washington's birthday sales event. Get ready for adventure in a brand new Subaru Outback. Motor Trend's 2010 Sport Utility of the Year. The new Subaru Outback with symmetrical all-wheel drive was awarded top safety pick by the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety. Well equipped at only $23,295. Don't miss our Washington's birthday sales event.
And now the Connecticut Lottery Play 3 night and Play 4 night drawings on Fox 61.
Good evening, I'm Jennifer for the Connecticut Lottery. Let's draw the Play 3 night number. 8. 8. 5. The winning Play 3 night number is 885. Now the air's been stopped in the mixing chambers. The ball's returned and remixed for the drawing of the Play 4 night number, and that number is 5. 5. 5. 8. The winning Play 4 night number is 5558. We'll have Cash 5 in a moment.
Eating well has never been more expensive, but you don't have to spend a fortune to stick to a healthy, low-calorie diet. Tomorrow at 10, we'll reveal the most nutrition-packed foods at the best prices. The healthiest cheap food in America. Tomorrow at 10 on Fox Connecticut.
From an indoor county fair to the Little Mermaid live on stage show, don't miss our things to do during vacation week. Plus, the bad news, it's tax time. The good news, we have free tax filing info. It's all on ctnow.com. Get clicking right now.
Lucky for life. Lucky for life. The new draw game from the Connecticut Lottery. You could win $2,000 a week for life.
There is one place that you can count on to help you save time, save money. ShopRite, where thousands of items are on sale every week.
At ShopRite, you'll save 50% on all your favorite cuts of fresh Tyson poultry.
One place, your place. ShopRite.
So now you can get a great deal on any Volkswagen.
Green one.
Oh. Like our award-winning CC.
White one.
Or the fuel-efficient Jetta.
Ooh, red one.
Or the Tiguan.
Black one. Oh, 2 for flinching.
Plus, every Volkswagen includes no-charge scheduled carefree maintenance.
Silver one.
Oh.
On any Volkswagen?
Yeah. With great deals on all 13 models,
White one.
It's a whole new Volkswagen and a whole new game.
And now the Connecticut Lottery Cash 5 drawing on Fox 61.
And now tonight's Cash 5 drawing. The winning numbers are 27, 8, 11, 6, 28. Again, the winning numbers are 27, 8, 11, 6, and 28. These quick reminders, Friday's Classic Lotto Jackpot is worth $1,100,000. And don't miss tonight's Powerball drawing coming up at 10:59 on Fox 61. Good night.
Live from Connecticut's newsroom, Fox 61 and The Current bringing you more local coverage. Now, the news at 10.
The newest American Idol winner is already taking the world by storm, but Chris Allen hasn't forgotten about the less fortunate.
Fox's Jill Dobson has more on the Idol winner's latest plans to help earthquake-devastated Haiti.
Reigning American Idol Chris Allen has gone straight from the Kodak Theater to the world stage with a debut self-titled album and a tour bus that keeps on rolling.
I actually like traveling a lot. I like getting on planes. It's almost like an adventure a little bit. And to go to different places and play shows for different fan bases.
A year ago, no one knew his name, but he's getting used to life in the spotlight.
I don't know if you can ever really get totally used to like girls screaming in your ear. But it's a flattering thing too, though, you know? I mean, that means that they like what you're doing, and you can't complain about that. I've been doing this for a couple months now, and I mean, American Idol definitely helps. I mean, it gets you ready, but I'm still a rookie, man, and I'm just trying to learn. I'm learning on the go.
He's already learned to use his celebrity for good, breaking the news he'll head to Haiti for this year's Idol Gives Back.
I'm actually going with the UN, and Idol's going to bring like a camera out there, and they're going to shoot some stuff, and just to raise awareness, you know, more awareness about Haiti, and that there is like a, you know, hope for the future. And I'm a very like hands-on person, so I want to get out there and do something, whether it be like play with kids or, you know, feed people or build houses or whatever. So I'm hoping I can do that stuff. I know it's hard to, you know, get involved in all that, but I'm hoping I can go up there and actually do some hands-on stuff.
In his downtime, Chris has been keeping an eye on the new season of Idol and says the best tip he can give is to enjoy every minute.
It is pretty stressful, but, you know, you're around some really cool people, and to have a good time, respect the people that are on the show that are working their tails off, and take the risks, you know? I think that's the biggest thing. Like, people appreciate those risks when you take it.
Catch the rookie rocker on the road right now. In New York, Jill Dobson, Fox News.
Well, the snow from yesterday is long gone. Clouds lingered, though, through much of the day today, and we've had a few flurries around from time to time. Notice here in the satellite picture the motion of the clouds more or less from northeast or northwest to southeast, and that's kind of the general wind direction that we have. So we draw on the wind here. It was gusty today. It's even gustier coming up during the day tomorrow. It is all thanks to that storm that brought us the snow yesterday, now sitting over eastern Canada and the Canadian Maritimes. Notice it's really not going very far, and so we're on the back backside of the storm, a very gusty side. We'll see that wind out of the west and northwest over the next few days, gusting at times up over 30 miles per hour. But with that storm kind of stuck in place, the weather is really not going to change much over the next several days. So what you see is what you get. There's the storm sitting over Canada, and that gusty northwesterly wind will have breezes and seasonable temperatures, 30s, some low 40s, clouds mixed with sunshine, and we could see a few flurries around from time to time, but nothing of any major significance. Want to show you our Doppler radar tonight because we have had a few flurries come through. Nothing too significant, but we have a few snow showers going on right around Route 9 in the vicinity of Middletown towards Moodus, and also East Hampton. A few light snow showers now, and also a few flurries flying from Ellington over to Somers. Again, the snow showers are light. They're not going to amount to anything. And notice here by 7:30 in the morning, things will have cleared out. Now, we did have some melting going on during the day today, so areas that were wet this afternoon, if they didn't dry, they will become a bit slippery as we go on through the night. Notice temperatures now mainly at or below freezing, including 32 at Hartford, 27 now in Waterbury. It's 29 degrees in Torrington and 31 right now in Putnam. And as we go on through the rest of the night, skies are variably to mostly cloudy. The flurries tending to taper off. Temperatures 26 to 32. And now it's time to check out your cast for tomorrow. Northwestern Connecticut, a gusty breeze, at times over 30 miles an hour. 40 degrees in Torrington, 40 degrees tomorrow in Litchfield, New Milford. Your high temperature tomorrow, 42. Your cast in the Hartford area, it's 42. 44 Middletown, Manchester, 42 degrees, Avon and New Britain, both 40 degrees tomorrow. We'll see that gusty west-northwesterly wind, 43 tomorrow in Willimantic, Norwich, 42, Chester, 38 degrees, and Tolland, 40. And your cast for the Connecticut shore, it's a blend of clouds and sun. Hamden, 44, New Haven, 43 tomorrow, Old Saybrook and Branford, both at 42. Here's the Fox Connecticut 7-day forecast, and the weather picture pretty much the same over the next several days. Don't say that too often. 42 tomorrow. It's 39 degrees on Friday, 41 Saturday, near 40 on Sunday. Our next storm threat comes sometime early next week, and I'll tell you this, enjoy the quiet weather while it lasts, because there are indications that things may turn kind of stormy again on the East Coast as we head towards the end of the month into early March. So stuff we'll have to watch certainly as we get closer to that, but in the meantime, enjoy the breather.
It's winter in Connecticut. You got to be ready for anything, right?
Yeah, we do.
All right.
Thanks, Garrett.
All right, sure.
Well, a yearly tradition in New Britain living up to its name, the city's annual Winter Fest held today at Stanley Quarter Park. Hundreds of kids took advantage of winter break by enjoying some fun in the snow there. There was ice skating and sledding and lots more. This is the 17th year for New Britain's Winter Fest.
More than a dozen puppies left out in the cold to freeze have a bright future tonight. On Christmas Eve, a Branford police officer on patrol found a man with a cooler full of puppies by a hotel on Route 1. Police took the dogs to an animal shelter. Tonight, we're being told 14 puppies, all of them, they've been adopted by Shoreline families this weekend. Each had to pay $120 to adopt, but thanks to a local vet, that fee will include their DNA information. Shelter workers say they chose the new owners out of more than 60 people who called them after they heard what happened.
Satisfying your snack attack without packing on the pounds. We'll tell you what works and what will erase all that gym time.
Plus, bad medicine, how something that's supposed to make you feel better can quickly turn into a dangerous concoction. Rich?
Erica, ahead in sports, from competitive basketball to competitive dance. How Kyoka Mars-Garrick has won awards but won't be appearing on So You Think You Can Dance anytime soon.
Weather is brought to you by McDonald's.
Answer the call for a fillet of fish. Right now, you can get 2 fillet of fish sandwiches or 2 large fries or 1 of each for just $3.33.
'24 Highway MPG. The safety and security of OnStar. And with the 100,000-mile 5-year powertrain warranty, it's got the best coverage in America. Welcome to Ground Force One. The 2010 GMC Acadia. Celebrate President's Day and lease a 2010 GMC Acadia for $349 per month. See dealer for details.
Want to record up to 4 shows at once on a single DVR? It's possible with AT&T Uverse. Now get up to $300 back via promotion cards.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
In honor of President's Day, we decided to have a little celebration that puts you on the receiving end of some great deals.
Happy birthday to the president. Happy birthday to you.
But hurry, this event won't last long. For great leases and low financing, see your Honda dealer today.
We are going beyond the headlines now with special assignment and the goodness of snack time. For so long, we've heard snacking is a surefire way to gain weight.
Yeah, that's what we've heard, but now new information suggests that sneaking a small but healthy treat between major meals can be highly effective in shedding pounds and keeping them off. Fox 61's John Charlton introduces us to several smart snack strategies as written by Men's Health magazine.
If you love chips, and you're a Doritos guy, like me, nacho cheese is so good, but it's not really that good for you.
Isn't this cute? It comes in a little tiny container.
Time to get educated on smart snacks.
Peanut butter is a really good choice, but not the whole jar.
With registered dietitian Sue Gibo.
And just a little bit of modification on a few of them would make them very good.
That's Gibo's analysis of 7 Snack Smart guidelines according to Men's Health magazine, although the snack strategies are not gender specific.
Here we are at Stu Leonard's in Newington, where they've got all kinds of great eats, but right now we're going to take you on a circuit of some smart snacks.
And after every stop, we'll hear how Gibo grades it.
Well, this one might sound obvious, but not everybody plays along. Don't snack if you're not hungry.
According to Men's Health, French researchers found that when people who weren't hungry still ate a snack a few hours after lunch, they didn't eat fewer calories at dinner. Didn't matter if the snack was high in carbohydrates or fat.
The only downside of that is that it may lead people to wait too long.
Gibo says people should eat small every 3 or 4 hours because if they don't and then eat big at dinner, the metabolism gets shocked.
And if we do eat like a large meal in the evening, the body goes, oh, he didn't eat all day. We don't know when food will show up again. So there's a greater chance of storing more of the calories as fat.
Smart snacks stoke the metabolism all day.
Another strategy is go for snacks high in protein but low in carbs, such as cheese.
Because the carbohydrates are digested really rapidly. So they don't stay in the stomach, they don't make you feel satisfied for very long.
But Gibo warns a happy balance with some carbs, such as a cracker with that cheese, is essential in maintaining proper blood sugar levels.
The strategy suggests kids shake their hunger for salty foods because salt equals thirst, and kids tend to love drinking sodas high in sugar and calories.
Liquid calories are just killer, and that's the problem for not just kids, but for adults.
Take the family to the movies for popcorn, or pop it yourself. Just make sure to hold the butter.
It doesn't necessarily turn into a good choice if it's covered with something gooey.
Really?
Yeah.
So no butter?
Well, or less, you know.
Makes it taste much better.
Well, if we air pop it.
Naturally.
Sometimes you feel like a nut, and that's a good thing. Purdue University researchers found that snackers who munch on nuts, or believe it or not, dark chocolate, are significantly less hungry than those who eat pickles or rice cakes.
Most nuts actually are high in monounsaturated fats, which are healthy fats that help reduce your total cholesterol level in the blood. Dark chocolate's more satisfying and a denser source of those healthy antioxidants, so you don't need as much of it to feel satisfied.
How about taking a dip with your average corn chip and plunge that into something healthy like guacamole?
The chips are the issue. Ultimately, if you have lots of chips and they're really the normal fried ones, which have a fair amount of fat in them, then we just got to be careful.
And a nice reward for being snack savvy is ice cream, but supposedly a whole cone is too much. But it's so good.
Researchers found that just a half a cup of vanilla ice cream can do a lot to protect against cancer, heart attack, stroke, and dementia.
Like half a cup can be as much as like 200 calories depending on the brand that we buy. And half a cup is way smaller than most people would eat. So that could be a dangerous recommendation.
So overall, it's recommended to snack strategize by spreading snacks out and spreading them thin.
On special assignment, John Charlton, Fox 61 News.
I think John needs to run an extra couple of miles after doing that story. Okay, here's some sound advice tonight for anyone on medication. Some foods, including licorice, grapefruit, you saw it there, and chocolate, can actually interfere with the absorption of the drug in your system. Grapefruit can be troublesome for high blood pressure, cholesterol, anxiety, and insomnia medication because it can boost the level of medicine absorbed. Licorice can reduce the effectiveness of blood pressure medication. The caffeine in chocolate can increase the effects of stimulants like Ritalin and decrease the effects of insomnia meds. When in doubt, just ask your pharmacist.
Coming up, saving up without missing a dime. Money management from the pros.
Sarah Palin becomes the victim of another cheap shot, this one at the expense of her son. We'll tell you what happened.
Fox Thursday. The murder of an athlete leaves Booth and Bones wrestling for clues.
You really don't want to be doing that. What was I supposed to do?
Bones. Then Dr. Kate McGinn is the world's expert on past lives.
Souls are drawn to one another for a reason.
Can she help two strangers?
Susan, is that you?
Caught in an eternal cycle.
You may have known her in a past life.
The reincarnation thing?
Of love and death.
Don't shoot!
All new Past Life. It all starts Thursday at 8, 7 Central on Fox.
Waiting for the right car and the right time to buy? The all-new 2011 Hyundai Sonata is the car. President's Day is the time. Enjoy sleek new styling, America's best warranty, Hyundai Assurance, and an introductory lease of $199 a month. Plus, with 200 horsepower, Sonata still gets a class-leading 35 mpg. No wonder we're America's most fuel-efficient automaker. Get to your Hyundai dealer right now. During President's Day, lease the all-new 2011 Sonata for only $199 a month.
Introducing Xfinity Triple Play. More choice, control, and speed than ever before. Plus unlimited nationwide calling. Just $99 a month for 12 months. Access thousands of movies and TV shows on demand. Watch many online with blazing fast download speeds. Plus chat with friends and family all day. It's TV, phone, and internet reinvented. Get Xfinity Triple Play only from Comcast. Just $99 a month for 12 months. Or step up to the HD Triple Play and get up to $200 back. Call 1-800-XFINITY today.
Business Report is brought to you by Kia.
In tonight's Live Smart advice you can take to the bank from Woman's Day magazine. Financial analysts make some simple suggestions. First, every time you get paid, set up an automatic transfer from your paycheck to your savings account. You'll never notice it gone. Second, use coupons, but take the money you save and put it into a savings account or your piggy bank. Also, financial planners say it's important to negotiate with companies because they want to keep you as a customer and will likely throw deals at you on your monthly expenses. Eat out less and try spending only $20 to $40 a week at the grocery store. I'm going to assume that means per person. And last but not least, every time you want to buy something, ask yourself whether you really need it or you just want it. And here's a match made for bargain hunters. French fashion star Jean-Paul Gaultier will launch an exclusive collection that will be available at Target.com from March 7th through April 11th. Find out more about Gaultier's new line and more Live Smart tips in tomorrow's Current.
Walgreens is getting a little bigger. The drugstore chain is buying New York-based Duane Reade. Walgreens will pay just over $1 billion cash for the deal. The company says Duane Reade's more than 250 stores will continue to operate under its brand name after the transaction closes. It's expected to be done deal by the end of August. There is a silver lining to the housing crash, at least if you're a buyer. Housing prices are more affordable than ever in some areas. Tops on the list, Indianapolis, where the median home price is $106,000. Indianapolis is followed by Detroit and Dayton, Ohio. No Connecticut towns made the list. Another day of gains on Wall Street. The Dow added 40 points to close above 10,300. The Nasdaq closed up 12 and the S&P added 4 points.
Honoring Connecticut's founders and its future today with a big birthday. To kick off the state's 375th birthday and a year-long celebration, today Governor Rell marched up the steps of the State Library. The event included historians and educators, but the Anniversary Commission is scheduling a whole calendar of activities and events involving schools and parks, museums, all in the coming months. Quasi Amusement Park can now put its new roller coaster on the fast track. The park hoped to have the wooden roller coaster up by this spring, but a nearby resident sued. He has since dropped his lawsuit. The Current's Kenneth Goslin reports the park is now waiting for financing. If that happens, construction should start in September and it could be open by 2011. The coaster will replace the Mad Mouse ride. The Mad Mouse will be dismantled and possibly sold.
Former Alaska governor and Fox News contributor Sarah Palin is fired up about a recent episode of the show Family Guy. In the episode, one of the characters starts dating a girl with Down syndrome. And when he asks her what her parents do, she replies, "My dad's an accountant and my mom is the former governor of Alaska." Palin says the line was aimed at her youngest son, Trig, who has Down syndrome. And on Facebook, she says it felt like, quote, another kick in the gut. No comment from the Family Guy folks. After a lot of drama, Jay Leno is returning to The Tonight Show, but his longtime band leader, Kevin Eubanks, is stepping down. NBC said Eubanks is interested in pursuing personal touring and recording opportunities, but will be with the show when it returns after the Olympics. So far, no word on any possible candidates to replace him. He's already conquered movie theaters. Now James Cameron is setting his sights on bookstores. The man behind the film Avatar says he intends to write a novel of the movie. Cameron tells the Wall Street Journal the book will delve deeper into Pandora, the fictitious setting of Avatar. No word on when the book will be ready for print. Avatar is the highest grossing movie of all time.
It's one of the first signs of spring. Pitchers and catchers have reported to spring training. Coming up, why the Yankees say it won't take long to shake off the rust.
Coming up, the rich history behind Mardi Gras' country past. And it has nothing to do with beads or booze.
Sports is brought to you by CarMax.
Your New England Ford dealers are celebrating President's Day all month long with up to $2,500 cash back on the 28-mile-per-gallon Ford Escape. With Ford quality that's unsurpassed by Toyota and Honda. Log on to newenglandford.com.
Now is the time to get your tickets to the one show for anyone who's ever had a dream and put it all on the line. A Chorus Line, the best musical ever.
Don't miss a Chorus Line. For tickets, go to palacetheaterct.org.
Kathy, today we have got some really dazzling diamonds.
Ooh, what are they worth?
10 may be worth $1 million. 7 may be worth $200,000.
Altogether, $100 million.
$100 million diamond mine.
10 top prizes of $1 million.
And 7 prizes of $200,000 each.
All from the Connecticut Lottery.
Who says you can't scratch a diamond?
Diamonds are her best friend.
Dazzling. Look at that.
Sparkly.
I know.
A car driver's 10 best. And Edmunds' editor's most wanted. But most impressive, ALG's highest projected resale value.
The wicked fun, wallet smart Mazda 3.
It's, that way. Oh, no.
Just announced 0% APR financing for 60 months plus $500 APR cash and no monthly payments for 90 days on the 2010 Mazda 3. Zoom Zoom. Today, tomorrow, forever.
Everyone's talking about the environment, including us. But at Connecticut Light and Power, we see many environments. There's the business environment, a host of community environments, the energy environment, millions of home environments. And we're doing something positive in all of them. See exactly what we're doing and learn how you can get involved at clpenvironments.com. Connecticut Light and Power, improving the environments you live in.
Your New England Ford dealers are celebrating President's Day all month long with up to $4,000 cash back on the 25-mile-per-gallon Ford Edge with Ford quality that's unsurpassed by Toyota and Honda. Log on to newenglandford.com.
Now, Lou Payne and Butch DeLongo aren't joined at the hip. They've been side by side for a long time, though. And Saturday night, when East Haven hosts Guilford, Payne and DeLongo will be coaching their 500th varsity hockey games together. Congratulations to both. Now, in fairness to Wolfpack coach Ken Jornander, injuries are killing a team that doesn't have a lot of talent to begin with. The Pack hosting Norfolk, first period from the right-wing circle. That was Juraj Semak beating Chad Johnson to the short side. This is a goal scorer's goal. Brandon Pachensky, a gorgeous move around Corey Potter. His 17th of the year makes it 2-zip. Before the period ended, though, the Pack got one back. Jared Nightingale's shot deflected home by Brody Dupont, his 11th. It's 2-1. Norfolk fired 45 shots on goal. They chased Johnson in the second period. They scored 3 power play goals and beat the Wolfpack by the final of 7-3. In Bridgeport, the Sound Tigers beat Lowell 3-2 in a shootout. Bridgeport and Hartford face off on Friday. If you root for the Red Sox or Mets, cover your ears. If you're a Yankees fan and missed the World Series trophy last Friday at Mohegan Sun, I have good news. The trophy will be on display in the state capitol this Friday from 11:30 p.m. or a.m. until 2 o'clock. Doors open at 11. In Tampa, pitchers and catchers reported to spring training today. Phil Hughes will battle with Jabba Chamberlain for the 5th spot in the Yankee rotation. Yankee skipper Joe Girardi was asked if there's any chance the world champs might develop a little complacency.
It's mostly the same people. We have great leadership in that room. So I don't view it as being a huge problem. What I've seen today, the shape that people have come in, players getting here early, I think they're anxious to get going and get back to doing what they love.
Imagine the hours of training to become an Olympian. Now imagine an injury taking away the chance to compete. Imagine how American Lindsey Vonn felt today. Vonn shook off a bruised right shin that basically kept her off of skis for 2 weeks to win the women's downhill. Her teammate, Julian Mancuso, took a surprise gold medal. Men's basketball tonight locally. Hartford lost to Vermont 74-56, the final. Kyoka Mars-Garrick is a forward for the 21-3 University of Hartford women's basketball team. The sophomore out of Wheeler High in North Stonington has a unique interest off the court. Mars-Garrick, of Native American descent, loves to dance the dances her ancestors. Her specialty is the Eastern blanket dance, where she has won championships.
My mom said I could try it, and I fell in love with it. It wasn't a dance that was crazy and hyperactive with energy. It was something that was just very beautiful and just like low key, and the steps to it were just very like slow but fast at the same time. So it was something that really fit in for me.
We'll have more coming up on the Comcast Sports Desk this weekend.
All right, good. Thank you, Rich.
You bet.
Coming up at 11 on Fox, stories that are all new tonight, including big news for Connecticut small businesses. The new plan lawmakers are trying to push to help out the mom and pops. Then one granny dishes out some discipline and the crook learns the hard way. You better respect your elder. All that and much more ahead at 11.
You know our jingle, it's part of who we are. You are invited to Foxwoods Resort Casino to see the top 10 finalists compete in our Be the Wonder Behind the Hit competition, where one finalist will be chosen to be the new voice of Foxwoods. Saturday, February 27th in the Fox Theater.
Get your coffee from the folks that know coffee inside and out. For over 60 years, we've kept America running with our dedication to serving the freshest cup of coffee. Dunkin' Donuts. America runs on Dunkin'.
Spring is in full bloom, February 18th through the 21st at the 29th Annual Connecticut Flower and Garden Show at the Connecticut Convention Center. Online at ctflowershow.com. Don't miss it.
Emmett, your gray facial hair has put you in a rocking chair. Your beard is weird. Just for Men Gel gets rid of gray in 5 easy minutes. His edge is back. He scores! Just for Men. Keep your edge.
So what do you think?
We need his experience.
Yeah, but he has more energy.
Now you can get the best of both. Try Touch of Gray. Combs away a little gray without getting rid of it all.
I've got big plans for you.
Touch of Gray.
You know our jingle, it's part of who we are. You are invited to Foxwoods Resort Casino to see the top 10 finalists compete in our Be the Wonder Behind the Hit competition, where one finalist will be chosen to be the new voice of Foxwoods. Saturday, February 27th in the Fox Theater.
For most people, when they think of Mardi Gras, they think of the crowded streets of New Orleans where there are plenty of beads and plenty of drinks.
But there are many other Mardi Gras celebrations in Louisiana. Some of them you might have a hard time finding on a map, like one traditional Mardi Gras in Mamou. It's where you find the Cajun tradition of chasing chickens. And while it may look and sound a little bizarre, there is a story behind it. Years back when food was scarce, Cajuns would go door to door and beg for food, but they...
And now the Powerball drawing on Fox 61.
Live from the most exciting vacation destination, Universal Orlando Resort, it's Powerball, America's favorite jackpot game. Hey everybody, I'm Elizabeth Hart, and tonight's estimated jackpot is $44.2 million. Remember, for $1 more, you get our Power Play option, and tonight that multiplier is 3. All right, let's play some Powerball. Our first white ball number is 36, and that's followed up by number 7. Take a look at Frankie from St. Marie. She recently took home $200,000. Our next number is 26, and that's followed up tonight by number 8. Your final white ball number on this Wednesday evening is 19. The Powerball is next. Remember, anytime you match the red ball, you win, and tonight it's 15. And once again, here are your winning Powerball numbers tonight. Be sure to make your next vacation plans to Universal Orlando Resort. Good night and good luck.